If 175 billion French francs is equivalent to 35 billion US dollars. So francs anyway are not in circulation anymore. This is probably an old official question. Anyway, it doesn't matter. 175 billion of a particular currency is equivalent to 35 billion dollars. Sorry, 35 billion of another currency, US dollars. Which of the following expressions represents the number of US dollars equivalent to F francs? What does the question even mean? What's this F francs all about? So 175 billion francs is equivalent to 35 billion US dollars. Now, F francs, so some variable basically, would be equivalent to how many dollars? So we have to figure out the relation between francs and dollars. All right. Now, one thing I'm wondering about initially itself is if I have F francs, whatever the value of F is, if I have some random number of francs, correspondingly, in US dollars, would I get a figure more than F or less than F? So if I go to currency exchange place and I give them F francs, they will return some US dollars to me. Will that US dollars figure, will that be more than F? Will that be less than F? For example, if I gave them 100 francs, will I get back more than 100 US dollars or less than 100 US dollars? I'll get back less than 100 US dollars. Why? How do I know that? Because I see that 175 francs is equivalent to $35. So basically dollars exchange rate is higher, right? It's like Indian rupee and dollar. I give whatever 70, 80 rupees to get $1. Similar thing here, something like that. So overall, I already know that the answer has to be less than F, not more than F. Therefore, are there any answer choices that I can eliminate straight away based on just understanding this much? I can straight away eliminate B and C. Yes. This is again a sanity check. Why am I pointing this out? Many of you marked B as the answer. Now, you might think that, oh man, I marked B, I made a careless mistake. Oh man, I have to be careful next time. But now, two things here. One, that tells me that you did not apply this sanity check, either initially or in the end. Could have done it at either point. Right? Making the calculation error is not the problem. We all make calculation errors. The problem is that you didn't have a safety net to catch that error. Even those of us who got the answer correct, maybe out of those people, many of you could have made the same error and maybe you wouldn't have caught it, right? But in case you made that error and you didn't catch it, so the first issue is that you didn't have a safety net. Now, why is this a big deal? Why am I focusing on this so much? Let's say you are the owner of a currency exchange place. Let's say you are running this shop and someone comes with F francs to you. And then instead of returning whatever the actual answer will be, you returned 5F francs. The actual answer will be less than F. Actually, it will be F by 5. We'll see how. So how much extra money have you given to that person? Times how much? By what factor have you given extra money? By a factor of 25. Right? You should have given F by 5, but you ended up giving 5F. That store will go bankrupt in no time. It will take a matter of days. Everyone will rush to get money from you then. Right? So it's not just a calculation error. It's a big problem. If this happens with us in real life, we'll be done for. So it's essential that we relate things with the real world. Here also, I mean, this less than or more than, we could think of it as a mathematical problem. But as soon as I read this in my mind, I converted francs into rupees, or not converted francs into rupees, but I associated francs with rupees. Okay. So I give these many rupees and I get back fewer number of dollars. So then I knew that if I give F francs, the number of dollars will anyway be less than F. right? Even if, let's say, you're not from India, you don't understand rupees, or if you are from the US, you only know about US dollars, I'm sure you still understand how other currencies work, right? So associating the problem with what we know about the things in the real world really helps, instead of treating these things as some isolated mathematical problems. All right, B and C anyway can't be the answer. Now, we'll discuss two approaches here. We'll discuss a unitary method, and in case you don't know what that is, you'll see that in action. And since we have variables and options here, what we can also do is we can start off with choosing values directly. We'll see both of these in action. Unitary method, basically, what we have to figure out is F francs is equivalent to how much in US dollars? What we have is 175 francs is equal to $35. I've canceled the billion everywhere, right? It's 175 billion and 35 billion. So I just got rid of the billion. 175 francs is equivalent to $35. So 1 franc is equivalent to this fraction, 35 by 175, or 1 by 5 US dollar. Here I've canceled because it was easy to cancel. Plus anyway, I didn't need to use this fraction later anywhere. Next, F francs will be equivalent to how much? 1 franc is 1 by 5. So F francs will be F by 5. That's my answer. That's it. Right? This is one way. I dealt with the variable directly. 175 francs is equivalent to $35, and I just took it from there. Let's go through both, and then I'll ask you in case you have any questions. Now, we can pick numbers. Why can we pick on numbers? Let's understand that. F, what does this F represent? F is some variable. F would have some value. It could have any value right now. We don't know. However, the thing to understand is that the answer will not change based on the value of F. It's not like if I give 100 francs, then I will get 100 divided by 5 back. But if I give 200 francs, then I'll get something else back. No. Right? No matter how many francs I'll give, I'll get back that number divided by 5 in US dollars back. That result will always remain the same. That result will not change depending on how many francs I'm giving. So what the value of franc is will not change what the answer should be. Why is this useful? Because now I can think of F as some easy value for me. Some easy value. Now, what does easy value in this context mean? In this context, an easy value would be something for which it is easy for me to understand correspondingly how much US dollars I'll have. Right? For example, 100 is not always easy. I have to understand what is easy here. Here, easy means that corresponding to F francs, if I can straight away say, oh, or corresponding to this number, I can straight away say these many US dollars. And then I just go and check by plugging in the value of F, which one gives me that value. That would be an easy value for me. Right? So my starting point is 175 francs is equivalent to $35. So why don't I just take F as 175 initially? And then why? Because I know correspondingly I should get $35. So let's say F is 175. Right? I know USD should be 35. So what will I do now? I will now plug in 175 into the answer choices one by one and check whether the answer choice gives me 35 or not. So let's go ahead. Oh, the first one, I plug in 175 minus 140, I get 35. Now, this is where you need to be clear about what we are doing here. We got 35. We needed 35. That does not mean that A is correct. No. All it means is I can't eliminate A yet. Understand? Some two different formulae, two different expressions could end up giving me the same value for a particular value of F. Right? So just by getting one, even if I, let's say, get two options which give me 35, doesn't mean that they're both correct. No, only one of them will be correct. So, but if one answer choice does not give me 35, for example, if I look at B, 5 times 175 will anyway be way more than 35. It won't be 35. So then I can eliminate B. 5F will never be the answer. Could F minus 140 be the answer? I don't know yet. Maybe it is. I'll keep it. If I eliminate other four, then A becomes correct. B I can eliminate. C, 7F, that will be even higher. Definitely wrong. I won't even calculate what 7F is. Doesn't matter. D, F by 5, 170 by 5, 175 by 5. Yeah, that's 35. This works. This works. Now, I'll keep this one, right? It doesn't mean D is correct. I'll keep it. What about E? I won't even calculate it because if 175 by 5 is 35, 175 by 7 will be smaller than 35. Anyway, I don't care what it is. I needed 35. I know here I won't get 35. So gone. 3 answer choices gone, 2 left. What do I do now? Now I can try some other value of F. For 175 as the value of F, I found 2 answer choices fit. Let me think, can I use some other value of F for which maybe I get a unique correct answer, hopefully. So next I'm thinking now, what would be another easy value of F? I took one earlier, 175. Why was it easy? Because I straight away knew corresponding to 175, US dollars should be 35. I needed zero calculation. Tell me what would be another easy value for which I need very minimal calculation. 350 is a good value, yes. See, for me, easy means, Arun, that I straight away know what the corresponding US dollar figure would be. If you can figure that out, then that's great. Right? So for me, I'm thinking that if I take F to be 350, then correspond 350, what's 350? 175 times 2. Then correspondingly, how much US dollars should we get for 350 francs? 70. Yeah. So I'll use that. Let's try F equals 50. I know now that by plugging in 350, the right answer will give me 70 as the value. Let's do that. Do I need to now try all 5 options? No, I only need to try A and D. The other 3 I had already eliminated. So I plug in 350 into the first one. 350 minus 140, definitely not 70. It's 200 something, gone. But to confirm, I'll go through D also. 350 divided by 5, yup, that's 70. This one fits. It's the only one left. So D is correct. Okay. I have one more thing to add about this approach. But before I do that, tell me till this point, is this particular approach clear? Picking numbers. It can be a very powerful approach if we have variables and answer choices. But it's important that you're clear about how to choose easy numbers and how to go about the answer choices. Right? I created a video on this also. We're not selecting the right answer. We're eliminating wrong answers. Now, one more thing here. Usually, I find if we start with the numbers that are already there in the question, usually I find then we're left with at least 2 options, if not more, right? They won't make things so simple that, okay, fine, plug in 175 anyway, 4 options gone. Typically, I find things are not that easy. We'll be left with more than 1 option. So not a very big deal, but what I do is I don't even start with 175 when I choose numbers. I start with some other number which is not there in the question. So 350, for example. Had I started with 350 in the first go itself, I could have eliminated 4 options and I'd be done. Right? I could have saved some time that way. But even this way, it's not like it took a lot of extra time. But still, when choosing numbers, once I become comfortable with all this, then I can also advance to the stage where I stop choosing numbers that are already there in the question. But don't try to do everything together. First, just become comfortable with understanding how this approach works. Once you build that comfort, then you can advance to the stage where you can start questioning, maybe that number will be better than this number.